Good morning, it's MJ with Crow Tarot. Thank you so much for stopping by this beautiful Tuesday morning. It is May 28th, and this is a general reading for the collective using the Crow Tarot. And I've already shuffled quite a bit this morning, and we're just going to get straight to it. The crows have been very loud this morning. I think they are, from what it looks like, they're building a nest right in front of my apartment, which is lovely, you know? It's like... But yeah, there's just been a flurry of activity this morning with the crows. So let's get started. Now I hear a dog chiming in. So it's a very raucous morning here in Seattle. It's probably a good sign. When things get too quiet, then I start to wonder. I'm like, ooh, is Mount Rainier about to blow? So let's get started. The first card I'm going to pull is the foundation card, and this is the card that sets us up for where we are in this moment in time. This is where, you know, this energy played a role in your current situation or a situation that is on the horizon. This is the foundation for where you are. And looking here at the King of Pentacles, that's not a bad foundation to start off with. I feel like we see that card quite a bit in the foundation position. It's been a while, but I feel like that one, when the King of Pentacles does show up, it seems to be in the foundation. Okay. Here we are. We have the Six of Cups again. This time in the present position. So this is the energy that is swirling around you at this moment, or if you think of it like a weather system coming in. It's a short forecast, so we'll be here soon. And then finally, the next card is the advice card, and this is the card that is what the crows go back through the veil. They look around and they look for information that's going to best serve you at this moment. So here we have this lovely, lovely spread here. Okay, so let's get started. The King of Pentacles in the past position indicates that perhaps you got a little help along the way through someone who was just very generous and kind, and you know, they may have helped you out financially, as indicated by the Pentacles, but it may have also been in ways that you didn't even realize that they were helping you. I mean, emotionally supporting you in a way that enabled you to follow your dreams so that you could make the money you needed to make at that time. This may have been somebody who gave you a loan, you know, to go to college. It may have been someone who you didn't even realize was out there and making sure that, you know, kids, you know, women who wanted to study software design or gaming or whatever had an opportunity and provided scholarships for them. And so here, this is someone in your past who really helped you along the way. They saw the benefit in sharing. You know, they had a Midas touch, so when they did give, it wasn't like, you know, it wasn't like they were a martyr in any way. It was like they had an abundance of supplies, and because of that, they recognized it was their duty to help others. It wasn't going to hurt them in any way, yet if they were to be miserly or to be, you know, selfish, you know, it wouldn't have gained them anything. You know, how does that saying go? Whoever has the most toys in the end still dies like everybody else. You know, it's like, it doesn't matter. And so this here is just somebody who is really positive, and whether you recognize who this person is or not, there was somebody along the way who you know, thankfully had benefited from. And because of that, you're in a place today that maybe you're ready to pass it forward, or maybe you're able to relax a little bit. You're maybe able to dream a little bit bigger because of this person. So regardless of how that is, how this manifests, it did give you a sense of optimism. It maybe instilled in you this feeling that there's good in the world, you know, because of this person. Whether you realize it or not, it just would have been maybe like kind of like planted in your subconscious, that you just knew that, you know, out there are people who are genuinely good. And we all need to believe that, I think. You know, otherwise the world is a very sad place. Or it can be a very lonely place as well if you don't believe that there's anybody out there who's just purely unselfish, you know, or who is just purely generous with their time and their resources. So anyway, here we have this Six of Cups in the present position. And so this energy is what is swirling around you right now. This is the energy that is sort of like calling out to you. And it's saying, tap into your child. Tap into that thing that brings you joy, you know, that whisks you away. When you get into a state of flow, you know, when you're, like for me, when I am creating art, I get into flow very easily, and that I forget all things. I forget all time. I forget responsibilities. I forget to eat. So if I'm making art, I can go for hours and hours and hours and hours without thinking about anything other than what I'm working on. And so this is that energy of getting into that state of play, letting your brain relax and work different muscles, you know, challenge different areas of your brain. Because when you do that, you will tap into something that will enable you to dream and create a vision for where you want to go in the future. But you need to kind of let go of all of the day-to-day yuckiness that we have going on, you know, the stresses that come from being adults, you know, whether it's the boss, the bills, you know, the kids, paying bills, receiving and paying bills, you know, all those things that come with being an adult that can cause us a great deal of stress. You know, it can, you know, just relationships with other people, with other adults, you know, being responsible for grocery shopping, all that stuff just can weigh on the brain. And, you know, right now this call is for you to enjoy life. Tap into this energy. You know, like if you can, find this energy of the King of Pentacles, because you have encountered it in the past. So now it's time for you to draw it forward, draw it to you as a child here. Like, you know, as you would if you were a child. Like, what would this energy feel like if you could just play and not have to worry about anything? You didn't have to worry about responsibilities, just for a little bit. I'm not saying like, you know, for a week. I'm saying like, you know, just like maybe for an afternoon. You know, what would it be like if you could just escape to the movies, you know, or take a mental health day? I really, like, I'm a firm believer that companies, I know they offer like sick days and vacation days, but they should also include every year a mental health day. Just one day where it doesn't come off your sick days, doesn't come out of your vacation, just a day to play. And that means not spending your day cleaning the kitchen, doing laundry, spending a day in play. And so however that looks for you, you know, if that means just walking the beach with your dogs, going out to a park and feeding the birds, you know, going to a go-kart place and playing with the go-karts, whatever it looks like for you, get out and play. Enjoy time. You know, that may even be spending the entire day playing a video game. I mean, for my child, that is what play looks like. I think for a lot of kids these days, that's what play looks like. It's like they have play dates now, and I'll say, oh, what did you guys do on your play date? And they say, oh, well, we played video games. I'm like, oh, what game did you play? And my daughter will say, well, I played Minecraft, and my friend, she played something else, and I don't know what she was playing. And I was like, well, wait a minute, why are you playing separate games? And she's like, oh, that's what we just do now. We just play games and then we talk. I was like, oh, okay. So maybe times have changed back from when I was a child and we would all play, you know, like Space Invaders or Donkey Kong together. But anyway, so this is a time of getting into play and getting into that mindset where you're enjoying life. Because when you do that, I mean, I know it sounds really stupid and frivolous, right? Sometimes to say, oh, just go out and play. Yeah. But what it really does is that it releases this energy and it creates endorphins and it creates just like this happy zone around you, right? It's like all of a sudden it's like life feels good. And so the more of that you can cultivate in your life, you know, the more positivity you're going to project. And when you project that out to the universe, that is what is going to come back to you. And so it's not about just getting out and playing because, you know, well, it's fun, but it is because it's fun, but also because it helps you create more positive energy. And that is what the Ace of Pentacles here is coming to you with. So when you have this energy of the Ace of Pentacles around you, you're at this time in your life where you can visually in your mind construct what you want to achieve. And because you can do that, you create it with such detail, it almost seems real. And this kind of gets to the play. You know how kids play with their playhouses and they construct these stories and it almost seems very real? Well, this is where you're at right now. And when you do that, you're able to then kind of chart a course to that reality. Because when you can see something in complete clarity, with complete vision, then you know the steps to take to get there, right? So if you want, you know, like you want to go on that vacation to Hawaii and you can see it, you can see yourself on the beach, you can see yourself with perhaps a Mai Tai in hand, and you know, maybe there's a hot cabana boy, you know, there as well. You have all of these things in your mind and you can feel the sand, like you can literally feel the sand between your toes, and you can feel the cool water and you can see the dolphins. As soon as you can start constructing the entire story, then you can go, well, how did I get here? What plane did I take? What airport did I fly out of? Oh, what was that part like? You know, when you can create this entire storyline for yourself, that's when the magic happens, because then you go, oh, well, you know what? I probably can save, you know, the money to do this. And oh, I didn't even think before about flying out of that airport because it's cheaper. You know, there are all these little components to this, but the key is just getting clear on what it is that you desire. And the path to doing that is through play and really constructing this vision of what you want. What does your ideal vision look like? What is it? What does it feel like? What does it taste like? Use your senses. Write it down. Create the story. Because when you do all of those things, it becomes a whole lot more real. And when you allow it to become real in your mind, then you can take the action steps to create reality in the present moment or in the future. So anyway, getting back here to this King of Pentacles, you have this, whatever it was in the past, you have the resources around you. You know that they're out there. Like you already know, like there's plenty of resources for you to draw upon. Tap into this mindset of enjoying life. Whatever it is that means for you. You know, I mean, by God, if folding laundry is like your happy place, then damn it, go out there and fold some laundry. But if it's riding your bike and going on an epic long, 100-mile bike ride for that day, go out and do that. Whatever it is that makes you happy, get into that flow, because that's when your mind shuts off all of the crazy adult stuff that we have to think about, and it allows for creativity to come in. It puts us in a good place. So when you do that, then you're able to construct this vision for what you really want. It will pop in your head like magic. It really does. When you're in flow, all of a sudden it's like, ooh, that sounds like a good idea. And then you start thinking about it. And then you start like really thinking about it, not just like on the surface level. This is like when you really start planning. And when you start planning, that's when action becomes possible. So Anyway, I hope this reading makes sense, and I hope you're having a lovely day, and I will check back with you tomorrow. Peace and bye for now.